Now, for those of you new to this channel, I'm just going to run through this quickly, but I'm going to point out some things here. And keep in mind, the things that we're sharing with you, we've been sharing for years. We've been sharing that the apocalypse is 14 years. We've been sharing this for 5 years, okay? And we can prove this through many avenues as we continue in this video. So essentially, the diagram you're looking at, it includes 7 years, okay? So you have 7 years here and 7 years here, a total of 14 years. Now, what we're going to look at in this video is the fact that there are 7 seals. Okay, let's just use this as a seal. There are 7 seals. There are 7 trumpets. And there are 7 bowls. Okay? The 7 thunders mark the beginning of one of these events and go into the next one. Okay? So, many of you are surprised by the things taking place because you hadn't known that this is the precise time that we're in, and this is the time that the prophecies would begin to take place. So, for example, when we shared this many years ago, okay, we shared this diagram, and we're in the time of the 7th trumpet. All right, we're in that time now. Now, before you say, "Oh no, that's crazy. No, we're not. You're wrong." Okay, keep in mind, we showed you this diagram. We showed you this information 5 years ago. Think about that. Think about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, what you have within the 7th trumpet is you would have the mark of the beast. Okay? So we said precisely when that is. All right? Now that is in 2020. You can see right here the year, 2020. So we said this 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, it would have seemed impossible to understand in our mind how the mark of the beast would take place by 2021. Why do we know that? Because the first bowl is ulcers. The ulcers come as a result of the mark of the beast. So that means that if this information is correct, the mark of the beast would happen at or around this time of 2021. Okay? Now, I was saying that in 2015. Okay, in 2016, I was proving this whole timetable, and, I was laughed at. I'm sure I'm being laughed at now, but it's right. Okay, it's right. And basically, how we can understand it is we have a time period which is called 7 churches. Okay, that's 3.5 years. All right? And then you have another time period of the seals. Okay, let's put that over here. Over here we got seals. Okay, and that goes from, the seals began in the spring of 2014 with the 4 blood moons. Okay, so you got this period of time is the seals, and during the seals you have 7 seals. Okay, then we come to the next 7 years. In the next 7 years you have 7 trumpets. Okay, so the 7 trumpets began in 2017. Okay, in the fall of 2017 here, you have 7 trumpets. So we're in the time of the 7th trumpet. That's why I'm doing this message. Then once that happens, then we have 7 bowls. Okay, and then the 7 bowls go here. Each one of these is 3.5 years. So 3.5 years of the 7 churches, 7 ecclesia, 3.5 years of 7 seals, 3.5 years of 7 bowls, 7 trumpets, and 3.5 years of 7 bowls, okay? Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is that all the information I get multiple witnesses. I'm not just telling you one source of information. I'm giving you a source of information from different vantage points, okay? One of those vantage points is the menorah, okay? The menorah, as you can see here, is connected to lunar and solar eclipses that have taken place, giving us the time period of these 7 years. The first 7 years and the second 7 years that we showed you in those diagrams. All right. Now, the thunders correspond to the eclipses. Let me say that again. These thunders correspond to the eclipses. We'll explain them as we go throughout the video. But let me show them to you first. Let me show them to you in the menorah. So what we have here is certain years. So here you have 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, etc. All right? Now, the prophecy says, when the sun is turned to sackcloth and the moon is turned to blood. So what that means is that the sun turning to sackcloth is a solar eclipse, a full solar eclipse, okay? So if we look here, okay, can you see how that is like a black dot? Okay, what that's representing is a full solar eclipse. Then a full red dot is a full lunar eclipse. That's called a blood moon. That's when the moon turns red. Okay? Now, the prophecy says when the sun turns to sackcloth and the moon turns to blood. What that means is this, within the order and sequence of eclipses, when that happens, it marks a significant point in time. Okay? And everything I showed you before in those diagrams, which are here, okay, they're expressed by these eclipses. So let me give you an example. Everyone was excited about the August 21st, 2017 full solar eclipse, okay? What does it mean? What does it mean, guys? Well, it's a thunder, okay? And then the following eclipse after that, August 21st, the next one is either lunar or solar, doesn't matter, but the next eclipse after that was January 31st, 2018, and it was a blood moon. That's what the prophecy says, when the sun turned to sackcloth and the moon turns to blood. It marks something significant, okay? Well, as you know, that was August 21st, 2017. Well, you had September 22nd, 2017. All right, a month later, that began the 7-year tribulation. That was it, guys. And a thunder marked that. Okay, now our next one is coming up this year, the year 2020. December 14th, there's a full solar eclipse. Okay, well, what is it marking? It's marking the 7th last trumpet. And what do we have? Blood moon. Okay, May 26, 2021. Okay, now, also, you guys remember everyone saying, oh, there's an X over America of the two of the two eclipses. Okay, so the next one, solar eclipse over America, is April 8th. It's a full solar eclipse. What does it mean? There's a voice of thunder at the same time. It's in 2024. What does it mean? It's the 7th bowl.